Hey everybody, welcome back. It's nice to see you all again. As you know, we are doing another Tea Time Talk, and this topic is about music. So if you want to hear me ramble about music while I hold on to my trusty mug, then just keep on watching. Do you want to know a secret? It's not tea in here. I was gonna get some tea, but then I was like, it's really hot outside and it's really hot in here and I don't want to be more hot than I need to be, so I have lemonade in here. It's green, in case you were wondering. It's green. But I got my little trusty Bucky mug. I got this from my daycare kids. It's the only mug I have on fact, so you will be seeing it in all of my Tea Time Talks for the foreseeable future. So if you guys couldn't tell, I am wearing my Panic at the Disco shirt, one of my several Panic at the Disco shirts. I got this when I went to their show when they were on their Death of a Bachelor tour. It was so good, guys. Like, I seriously want to go again to their show this year because I was never not entertained. It was so good. I love Panic at the Disco. Now, music really isn't a topic I talk about a lot, and it's because I don't really feel confident talking about it a lot. As you guys probably know if you watch the Parabatai versus Parabatai video, music is just generally the most soothing sound for me. That I couldn't come up with anything more specific. It's just when I'm feeling stressed in any situation, I listen to music. It could be any kind of music. See, this is the thing though. I don't get the generation gap. I don't get it. I really don't. And it's all because I like pretty much every kind of music. There are certain songs and genres and things that I don't like. That's totally normal. And there are some types of music that I will listen to because I have friends and family that listen to them. But like screamo. Being in show choir, I can't listen to screamo without like my vocal cords hurting. I don't like, power to them, but I can't. It physically makes my throat hurt. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Power to them for being able to do that, but I can't listen to it. It makes me hurt. It's not bad, it's just painful. Also, if you watch my 15 fun facts, you know I can't read music. So when people talk about music, I really don't feel qualified to talk about music, but I do like a lot of music. And the generation gap thing, again, I like the music my generation listens to. I like the music my older siblings and their generation listens to. I like what my parents listen to. I like what my grandparents listen to. I like a lot of different kinds of music. I don't get it. I don't get the generation gap. At least not when it comes to entertainment. And if you watch the Parabatai versus Parabatai video, it's kind of hilarious because everyone in that video except for me is really talented in one aspect of music or another. Like Maddie, my dear cousin Maddie. Oh my goodness, you have not heard an angel sing until you have heard my cousin Maddie sing. She has the most beautiful voice ever. And she can play the ukulele and she can play the piano, and I just and Lauren, oh my goodness, dear Penny. They all can sing, but like she can play the violin so well. This is the only way I can explain it, okay? So, Parabatai versus Parabatai, if you know what Parabatai is, yay. If you don't, Shadowhunters, go check it out. But there are Parabatai pairings in the Shadowhunter books, and one of them is Jem and Will, and the other one is Jason Alec, and Lauren and Maddie are totally Jem and Will. And Kelsey and I are totally Jace and Alec. Like, it's just how it works. And so Lauren is Jem, and she's too nice. She won't admit it, but she's too nice. She's too nice. And she plays the violin so well, just like Jem. And I love listening to her play. I do. Like, I don't get to hear her play all that often, but when she does, I am blown away. I love violins. And Kelsey is Jace. She is Jace. She's Jace. She's Jace. It's just like, okay, she's Jace. And she plays the piano so well. So well. And I just do nothing. I listen. That's what I do. They do all their musical talents and I listen. And I enjoy music. I enjoy scores. You know, like the Avengers score. I have scores on my phone that I listen to. And yes, they're all from Captain America movies, but Captain America movies and the Avenger movies have like the best scores. I'm sorry, but it's true, okay? And like most of the songs that I listen to are from things. Like I have my two favorite bands, Panic and Paramore. They are my favorite bands. I have been in love with Paramore since I was like a 14-year-old girl discovering who they were. And like, they defined my high school life. Like, seriously, Riot was like the album of my high school existence. And I had always liked Panic at the Disco, but I'm horrible with names. But I never really knew who they were. I never really put a name to them. There were so many of their songs that I would constantly be just singing. And then because of Bucky Barnes, I'm not even kidding you, I kept hearing Panic songs on Bucky Barnes videos, and I was like, okay, this is the same song over and over and over again. These videos are so cool. I need to look up who sings these songs, and it was Panic at the Disco, and then I started listening to all the different Panic at the Disco, and I was like, these are the songs that I used to listen to when I was in high school. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I finally found out who they were. And so Panic and Paramore are like, they identify me, like, just, no, they are a part of who I am ever since I was barely a young teenager. Like, no, when I was first discovering my own music, not listening to what my siblings listen to or what my parents listen to, which I still love, by the way, that is who I am too. But Panic and Paramore are the me in the soundtrack of my family. Like, I love them so much. So when you look on my phone, you see Panic, Paramore, and then just songs that are from TV shows and movies and albums that I listened to when I was reading books, like Wood Kid I have on there, but that's like, in my mind, that's my Six of Crows soundtrack. And so I have musicals, and I have scores, and I have just like all sorts of random songs, like big band songs that are hilarious. Have you guys ever listened to Sitting Under the Apple Tree? That song is like hilarious. They had some great humor back then in their songs. I adore just listening to songs, and I can connect it to pretty much any fandom of mine. That's what I love about music, is that I have songs on there that are just totally random, but I associate them with a book I read a long time ago. Like, in high school, when I first started dating Caleb, he gave me some Michael Bublé albums, because his mom likes Michael Bublé, and I like Michael Bublé because I love jazz, and I like all that different kinds of things, and I know people are gonna differ on this opinion, but I like his voice, okay? He sounds very nice. And my mom likes him, and just, you know, it's a very easy thing to have going on. I listened. He also gave me books. This was like for Christmas. He gave me music and he gave me books. This dude knows me real well, has from like the beginning. That was like the first gift he got me, was books and music. I was like, dude, you're perfect. Literally perfect. Literally, like, he is everything ever, you know those lists you make of your ideal boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever? He literally, down to the weirdest requests I had, is everything on that list, except for one thing. He doesn't play the piano, but that's chill. I don't care about that. Literally everything else, he is. And so he got me books and he got me music and I listened to them, and so now I have them associated with a whole bunch of different books. So they're on there too. And music is just as big of a part of my life as my books and my shows and my movies, because I adore musicals. I adore them so much. But I never talk about them because I don't feel qualified to talk about them. All I can just say is, you bring up a musical I love, and I'm just like, I love that so much. This song, and this part, and this line, oh, they bring me so much joy, or so much pain, or they make me feel so shooketh to my core, and I just don't feel qualified talking about music. But I do love it, and I get anxiety. I do. And whenever I feel anxious, if a song comes on, I feel better. Maybe not completely better, but better. It drives probably everybody in my life nuts, but I constantly have music going. Constantly. I cannot live without music. First thing I do when I get in the car is turn the music on. My mom says, you're just like your dad, which makes me feel happy, you know, because I love and miss my dad so dearly. So anything that I can hold on to that's just like my dad, and the music that he brought into my life, he brought Chicago and Earth, Wind & Fire and Boston and Eagles and Kansas, like classic things, like anything out there that you would consider Dean music, my dad listened to. So I adore that whole genre of music, and I love it still to this day. And so I have to have music going on constantly in my life. And my music tastes are so weird. So weird. Because you can go from the most depressing, hardcore, emo song to just like a Disney song that's just like la da 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 da, and that's just how I am personally. My music fits me very well because in a book I read once called Eat, Pray, Love, you may have heard of it, there was this topic brought up that cities have words and people have words that describe them to their core, and that the best place for you to live would be in the place that worked the best with your word, and the people that worked best with your word. And that got me thinking, and I think my word is amalgam. I learned this in my high school English class. It was one of my vocab words, and you know how teachers say you'll use these words later and you never think that you will because they're the most random words ever? Amalgam, I learned it, and it means a mixture or collection of many things, like a lot of things in one, and I feel like that's my word. You can contradict me if you want, but if you have a better word for me, totally tell me in the comments down below, but my word is amalgam, and that's why I read the most random things, I watch the most random things, and I listen to the most random things. I have so many people in my life that are so vastly different from each other. Like you saw in the Parabatai versus Parabatai video, I mean, we all work together, but we are so different. So different. Each and every one of my friends are so different, and everybody in my family is so different from my friends and from each other, but everything about them makes me who I am, and so that shows in my fandoms, and especially my music. It can go from one spectrum to another spectrum, and I love music so much because it can connect you to all these different things. It can connect you to a moment in your past. It can connect you to a dream in your future. It can connect you to right now, here and now. It can ease pain. I cannot tell you how many times I have been crying endlessly, and a song, I'll have music on because I need help, and a song that would just show up randomly out of the blue, whether it makes me think of my dad, or like it just makes me contemplate the lyrics because I couldn't figure out one line a few weeks ago. Like, no matter what kind of a song it is, it helps. And so I adore music, and I can't read music, and I'm not the best singer, and I can't play any instruments, but music is so important to me. And I never talk about it because I don't feel like I can openly, because I'm not an expert at it. All I know is music makes me feel, and my books make me feel, and my shows and my movies make me feel, and music is a part of all of those other things. And I don't know what I would do if I did not have my wide collection of music with me at all times. So I guess what I really wanted to say is, music's important to me. Always has been. Always will be. Music's important to the world. If you don't know how to read music, if you don't play an instrument, if you're not the best singer in the world, but you still adore music and all that it has to offer you, you're not alone. I am right here with you. My music is really random, and I'm always looking for new songs and new albums and new bands. So, with that, I will wrap up this video because it's been pretty long. And I will say, if there is a genre, a band, a song, musical, anything that you want to know whether I have heard of it or not, leave it down in the comments below. Like this video if you too are a big fan of music, or if you just like these tea time talks. You can also comment down some things you want to hear me talk about in a tea time talk. Also, go check out my other socials because I'm even weirder over there. And don't forget to subscribe, because next week we are doing a fandom food video, and it's going to be pretty interesting. So stick around for that, because more weirdness will be definitely coming your way soon, and I will hopefully see you guys next week. Bye. Holy Hannah Abbott, it is hot in here. Hot.